growing up, you play in like a group of 50s or, maybe even more people, and you try to play nutmeg. Every time you get the ball, you have to cherish it because that could be the last time you're going to touch the ball. I think now it's slowly kicking in that with the daily champion. It's been such a wonderful year for the whole club. It's something that's for me it means a lot, and obviously for the team also means a lot. And for the club, it's the third title in 6 years, so it's a really nice period right now for the club. So yeah, just we're buzzing at the moment. I think Awer Mabil now is more matured, in a way of it's not all about me. Compared to Awer Mabil that first came here, it was like, oh, look at me, I want to give you the ball, I'm gonna dribble everybody and score the goal, and it's all about me. But as you learn that actually it's a team sport. No matter how much you love to have the ball. So now I've learned. I pretty much I learned how to win in the sense of, it doesn't have to be the dribble that wins you the game. It could be a good cross or a good pass for your teammate to score who's in a better position. Simple things like that. Football means a lot to me and to obviously the kids in the refugee camp. Obviously, there's a lot of struggle going on there, due to war. Our parents, left our country, going to the refugee camp, and there is full of trauma because, you have to find something like a reason to be happy, to spend your time with, because if you don't do that, then you'll be thinking a lot about your situation, and that can affect you a lot. So actually, football was something that, when I play with my friends, is like it brings out another energy. It's like energy of expressing myself, and just to see how other people also expressing themselves is like amazing. Sometimes people don't even talk, but they just play football, and you're like, whoa, that person is this or that. You can learn a lot from that. So that's what football brings to me, and I'm sure brings to a lot of people. It takes away the stress, and it's just something that's, since I started playing it, I've been addicted to it because of that feeling. It gives me that dopamine of feeling good. Obviously, there's situations, that are difficult, but at that time or that age, you don't realize how difficult it is. It wasn't until I went back to try to help them. That was when I realized, whoa, it's not easy. But at that time, my mom, she did everything to try to, because she's a single mom, she did everything to try to keep us away from thinking about what's happened. Whether sometimes that means she's not gonna eat so that we can eat. It's things like that she did. That's why I love my mom. I'm so grateful for her because she sacrificed a lot for us. I'm gonna continue to work hard because I know I'm representing those who are less fortunate or those who don't have the chance. And obviously, anyone that resonate with what I'm doing can also, be like, okay, I can look at him as an example of, where I want to go, and then I'm going to become better. That's my aim. I want somebody to be better than me, but knowing that it's possible. A lot of African moms and dads, the big thing in the house is to be a lawyer, to be a doctor. But I think my mom was sort of like, yeah, I don't think Awer wants to be I don't think he wants to be a doctor. He wants to be a lawyer. So I think she got that pretty clear from the start. So for me, I've always loved football. And then, as soon as we came to Australia and she got her license, she was also, and when she could drop me, when she was not working, she supported me. And once I became professional, it was like, well, thank you, mom. You know what I mean? So for all those times and being able to support me where I was growing up, nothing was fenced off. So you could just go to your neighbor and say, hey, let's go play. Or you could play with, anybody, run freely. when I came there, and then I saw everything was fenced off. It was sort of like, oh, I have to play alone in my backyard. So that was different for me. But after a while, I got used to it, and I think wasn't until the age of 13 that I joined a football club, like a proper organized sport, team sport. So that took away my backyard playing time alone. But I was also very grateful to also have a space of having a football by myself in my backyard. A lot of windows broken, and also like I appreciated it more because in the camp I didn't have a ball to myself. So me having a ball to myself in my backyard was like, oh, now I can practice what I couldn't practice, when I was in the camp, for example. I was just giving the ball to myself because that's all we do in the growing up. You play in like a group of 50s or maybe even more people, and you try to play nutmeg, so every time you get the ball, you have to cherish it because that could be the last time you're gonna touch the ball. In that sense, so yeah, me having a ball to myself was sort of, I'm like I can practice other skills other than dribbling. One thing that sometimes we misunderstand is the value of somebody expressing themselves, because I think at young age, some coaches drill into players, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, or do this, do that, do that. Where at that age they should be able to express themselves because we shouldn't be too hard on them because that's how they are learning. They are learning themselves as young players, from like age of, I don't know, 7 to maybe 13 or 14. They are still trying to figure out who they are, in a sense. But if you're drilling them, like saying, okay, you have to pass, or you have to do this, they become sort of robots. So actually, in that sense, I'm very thankful, and I think for any kid that that want to, if you have a special thing you like to do with a ball, just do that. Do more of that for that age. Just enjoy because later on it will be structured, and you're gonna learn how to pass. You're gonna learn how to shoot or how to cross in the right time. But if there's something you want to learn, yeah, I recommend you learn it because that's what's gonna make you different. Because there's nothing worse than just becoming like everybody, become the same player as everybody. Because I think football, that's the beauty of football. You're able to express yourself. Tony Vidmar, I'm sure like he got some headaches because maybe I was doing things not the way he wanted, and he kept drilling into me. And I remember when we went to the Institute Challenge, and that's where it clicked for me. And after one of the games where I tried my best to just stay in my position and then move defensively inside, outside, pressing, So things like that was that moment was like, whoa, okay, now this is my position, and I'm gonna learn as much as I can from it. And then I remember after the game, one of the coaches came up to me from our team, say, "Whoa, we've been trying to teach you that, but you didn't listen." I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but today was the day it clicked, and I'm gonna do my best from now on, from here." Yeah, so it's just a process of learning, and I'm very grateful. When I became 15, I think maybe after the season of with Sassi, I got invited to train with Ala United youth team, and then I trained with them a few times. And then the next year, also, I was invited as a full-on trainer player. And there, I just developed because I was training with a professional club, and for me, it's like the best thing you can do in your state, and for me, it was like the level of realizing, oh, now it's so close. So yeah, just from there, I just put my head down and try to watch videos, trying to learn as much as possible. After one training, the coach said the starting 11, and then I was actually getting ready to walk inside because he would say the bench. And then so he said the bench, and then I was the last one being set. So I was like, no, that cannot be true. No. no. And then some players went around me just say, yeah, it's true. I was like, no, it's not true. Stop. And then they say, yeah, it's true. And I was like, wow. I just stopped in that moment and just visualized myself. I'm like, my family's gonna come here tomorrow. I'll be on the bench. It was just like unreal. It's a moment that I'll never forget. Because as soon as that happened, I was like, wow, my mom is gonna come watch me, and my siblings are gonna come watch me, in front of, even if I don't come on, I'll be there as just warming up. I'm gonna do the best warm up so my mom can see me. I remember I started warming up at I think around the 60th minute. Yeah, and then time went on, and then they put the first two on, or the first one on, and then I got called to the bench, and then I was like, no, I'm not coming on. I'm like, and then the coach is like, yeah, hey, well, you're gonna come on here, da-da. And then I was waiting for like almost another 5 minutes before the ball went out, and then finally the ball went out, and then yeah, the moment they said my name, Awer Mabil, was like, whoa. Yeah, that's why I always love Adelaide United, because they gave me that chance, and that feeling is like, for a kid, I think I was 17, and to get something like that in front of your home city, and the fans were behind me because I'm a local guy from there. It was like, it was everything in one. First touch was probably not good. I think it was not good. It was bad. And I was like, okay, it's a different game. Next time I get the ball, I'll do this. And then I got the ball next time, and I started running at the player, and then the fans just start going crazy. And then I got the ball a few times after that, did some nice dribbles, and then it just excited the fans. So I was like, whoa, okay, give me the ball. I'll do another skill so they can get excited. But yeah, I had some nice touches, something to get the fans excited. So it was okay. And then after the game was, getting all the Facebook requests. At that time, I was like, whoa, everybody wants to be my friend, So yeah, it was top. It was a top moment. The goal wouldn't come. I think it was like after 18 games or maybe 17 games. That one day, it was like away in Wellington. I can remember when that first goal went in. I was like, there we go. The pressure is off, and now I can just go and just keep enjoying and just keep developing. So when that first goal went in, it was like a big moment for me of just relief, because I've always wanted to score a goal for Adelaide United, and to be able to do it was finally like, whoa, okay, thank you. I think the highlights was, I think Arnie is not gonna like this, but when we beat Sydney FC, I think it was 1-0. I came on, and then I scored, and then I went back off, so because of injury. But that was, I think that was the best moment. Yeah, I think Arnie will hate me for that, but that took us to the top of the league. But then, yeah, when we played them again, they killed us. So it was sort of like we're even. So yeah, that cup final was a special day. I think that before that we play against Central Coast, and that was I scored that game was. I had a bet before the game actually with Giuseppe. Actually, this was the best moment. So before that game, I had a big fine. I think I was late. I think I had like $200 or $300 fine. And then I'm like to Giuseppe, if I score today, can I not pay the fine? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And he's like, but we have to win. I was like, oh, so I was like, okay, no problem. And then that game I went and scored. And then after the game, I came to Giuseppe and said, thank you. You just saved me $300. And then we're going to the final. So that made it more sweet also. And then obviously the FA Cup final was something amazing. Played at Cooper Stadium. It was electric. Yeah, it was a special day. I think like I created it was a good group. It was an amazing group we had there, and I'm thankful that I made a lifelong friend there. Osama Malik is my best friend. Will always be my best friend, and I'm thankful to football. Jordan Elsey, Paul Izzo. We had a connection of the younger group. Those guys. They're friends that I made from that time. And then obviously the players. I play with Vidicic, a very very good player. Someone I looked up to there. And then also Marcelo Kruska, very, very good player. I play a little bit with Casio, not for so long, but he was like growing up. I watched him play for LA United and doing his thing. So to be able to play with those guys was like, whoa, okay. Eugene Galekovic, for me, is like the best ever keeper in A-League. And to be able to, it was like, yeah, to sit next to those guys, Gite, also watching them on TV was like, whoa, I'm sitting next to them right now in the changing room, that was something that, yeah, it's hard to describe. It's something you have to feel to know the feeling. Tim Cahill is up there. I remember in 2014, he came to Cooper Stadium, got a photo with him. And then I think it was like 3 or 4 years later, I was in the camp with him. It was like, whoa, what's going on, So Tim Cahill, has done a lot for Australian football, and us growing up watching the World Cup he was always scoring the goals, the crucial goals. So he's made a big impact, not big, more than big impact for Australian football, and for us was like, and for me, to be able to be in a camp with him was like, whoa, Matthew Ryan, professional on the field, off the field, it's so crucial. Because everything around your life pretty much has to also, okay, am I making the right decision? Is that decision gonna affect me tomorrow for training, for example? Things like that is something you have to be more conscious of if you do want to make it somewhere, and that's what I learned from them. I got a call from my agent, and then he said, Michelin are interested. You should look up Michelin, and as soon as we get off the phone. So as soon as I got off the phone with him, I looked up Michelin and their history. And then actually it was quite cool because they had the other South Sudanese professional player there, Piona Sisto. So that was a big influence for me. I think at that time we were the first South Sudanese, or the only South Sudanese professional players. So I just came here with my 3 suitcases, young boy, 19, and then just ready to put in all the work to chase my European dream. It took me, I think it took like 1 month before I got my work permit visa. So I had to do a lot of my training on my own. And then it started to turn around when we went into Europe. We went into Europa qualifying, and then we got into obviously the group stage. And then I actually had my debut against my Europa League debut against Napoli. I came on. I had a really, really good game. And then I was like, okay, now it's time. And then, yeah, things slowly went south from there. I didn't play as much, and I didn't understand why. But at the same time, it made sense why, because, you also have to be good defensively. And I think at that time, when I look back, I was not good defensively. I have to develop overall game, and that's where it clicked in for me, that I need to, put my foot down and develop my defensive game. I did learn on my loan spell, but it was something that I became conscious of. So when I was aware of it, I was like, okay, then I can improve it. So when the situation comes and I'm conscious of it, I just do it. If I have to run back defensively, if I have to go inside defensively to stop the other team from, going through easily, and I just do it. And then when I came here, they were like, "Whoa, it's like a new person." That's what they were saying. So, yeah, it's like you live and learn. That's the beauty of it. If you're open-minded to learning, you can learn anything. The first year when I went on loan, I thought I had a great season. I think I made like 6, 7 assists, score 6 goals also. Yeah, 4 in the league and 2 in the cup. So I was like, and the newspaper were talking a lot because I was here in Denmark. They were saying, "Oh, Mabil is going back to Michelin. It's going to make an impact there, this or that." And then I come back, and I got some nice words from the coach. He say, I'm going to give you the chance. So I was very optimistic. And then all of a sudden, bang, not in the squad. So I was like, okay, that's another sign I have to go. And then I went on loan again. And for me, it wasn't disappointment because I was like, I felt that I was ready. In some sense, I was like, okay, they're going to miss out because I think I can add a lot to the team, especially being on loan. And then I've learned a lot there. And I think I was a better player. But obviously, sometimes some people cannot see it. So I had to keep that in myself, keep believing in myself. And when I went to Portugal, I did my best, try to help my team there. And obviously, we got relegated, which was, from a mental point, it's difficult, And then I came back here, and then the first 4 or 5 weeks, it was difficult because I wasn't in the squad. And then actually somebody got injured, and then the coach put me in. And then from there, I was playing pretty much. I played every game since. So sometimes you just have to wait for the chance, and also, I'm glad when I first came, I didn't play because that's what made me who I am. If I didn't go on loan and get relegated twice, I would not be enjoying the moment I am now. I've never really thought about giving up because I felt that I could make an impact in this club in Michelin if I'm given the chance. I've always had that belief in me, and that's what keep driving me. And I didn't want to go home because when I go home, I'll be considered a failure. Because it's so easy to just say, okay, I'm gonna go home, collect my money and play my home city. It was September that year, 2018, that I got called. Obviously, when I was in Portugal, I got called into the squad, but I didn't play. Arnie called me, and then he said, "Yeah, I would love you to come to the camp. It's going to be nice." So I was like, "Thank you very much." It was sort of like that 2 months was magical for me. So for me to go there was like, wow, this is nice. Now I can actually, try to work hard now to make my debut because maybe it's possible. Before it was not possible because we were playing crucial games. And it was hard to make a debut. When you're qualifying for the World Cup, you need to win the next 2 games by at least 2 or 3 goals. So that first camp was hard, but the camp where Arnie invited me was like, okay, now I can go in there with the mentality of I need to show Arnie that I can at least he can give me my debut if I work hard enough, and hopefully he can call me to the next camp. So basically, it was going to that camp to try to earn a place for the next camp. And went there. It was amazing camp, and it was nice to get to know Arnie and the coaching staff because I didn't really know Arnie. I was opposition to him in Australia, but it was really nice to like get to know him. And on that level, he's a great person, and that's what he's big on. He's big on making sure that the players are okay. On a personal level, everybody's fine. So to be able to hear that from your national team coach is like, whoa, it's like a family here. And all the players are like your brothers, and that's like a bond that is hard to find, and that's in the Socceroos. And that's why we always look forward to going to camps and don't really want to leave the camp because it'll be another month or 2 before you see them again, so you have to enjoy it. I started vibing a little bit with Awer Mabil because I think I sat next to him when we were eating. So we started talking, and we realized that actually we share the same birthday. So it was like, yeah, it was pretty cool to like talk and just see how humble he is. And I think from there it just started developing, and now, we're like brothers. Everybody, we're very close now in the sense of, when we see each other, we want to spend as much time with each other as possible. But the first couple camps was like, okay, now I've seen Awer Mabil twice because he was in the last camp, obviously my first camp, and then sort of said hello, this or that, and then the next camp was like maybe a year and a half later, and then he sort of remembered me, so I was like, okay, cool. Thomas wasn't in Turkey, so actually when we went to the next camp and Thomas was there, I was like, whoa, what's happening? My brother growing up is here. We're sharing the same room. We we're about to represent Socceroos because it's happening. So like it was like, whoa, it's hard to describe. It was just like it was a vibe of I felt at home. It's hard to say that we were gonna make our debuts, but we were very optimistic about just being there, and if the chance was presented, we'll take it. And like I said, I think it was last time we did an interview with the Socceroos. We were sitting in the bus, me and Thomas, and I said to him, bro, today we're gonna make history in the sense of opening doors for a lot of people, and our dream could become true tonight. It was just a feeling, and then Tom was like, "Yeah, bro, it's gonna be amazing. It's just amazing to be here." So yeah, we went there, and then we're on the bench, and then we go warm up. So things started getting more exciting to go warm up, and then yeah, Arnie calls me. I was like, "Whoa, I'm going on," and then I went on, and then Arnie a few minutes later called Thomas, and then Thomas comes on. So I'm like, whoa, my brother's playing right back just behind me, which is like, yeah, we're going to dominate now. So in a sense of, because we have that connection, you know. So him behind me and me in front of him was like, yeah, we've done this before. We played in the park for a long time. So let's go out and then do it for Australia. And then from there, I remember my goal because Thomas won the ball with a header to me. Then I flicked it to Tommy, and then Tommy ran with the ball a little bit and then played me in. Tommy Juric played me in, and then the first touch was right in front of me, and then I was like, just do it outside the foot because that was the only option, and then just flicked it outside the boot, and then as soon as it goes in, I'm like, whoa, I see Thomas there smiling with the biggest smile on his face. I have the biggest smile on my face. And then, we just hugged. And then I also went to Arne to say thank you for the opportunity. And it was magical. And every time I get a chance to represent them, it's always a thank you to them for giving me a second chance and my family a second chance of being able to, follow my dreams, for example, and my sibling following their dreams. That opportunity would have not been possible. My dream for club is obviously to play in the top league. You have La Liga, you have Premier League, you have the German league. So if I can end up there one day, which I will continue to work hard to achieve, and I will achieve it one day. Just a matter of when. But at this time, I'm just gonna put my head down and work until I'm there. But in club-wise, I want to play in those top leagues. To represent a club there would be nice. And then for Socceroos is to make a mark in a sense of obviously I want to go to the World Cup with the Socceroos. That's my dream. And then I want to win a World Cup game with the Socceroos. So that's my dream for Socceroos.
Awer Mabil trying to bend it. Oh, what a goal! That is a magnificent goal by Awer Mabil.
Yeah, it was nice. It was actually a good memory. It was like, it was a mixed memory because we were playing well. We obviously I scored some goals there, and then I was on top of the world, and then also at the same time, I got worse news also at the same time. So that was like a mix for me. I was on top of the world representing my country, scoring goals for my country, and then all of a sudden I get the news that I lost my sister, which was tough for me because like I was living my dream, and then it was only the start of my dream, and it's someone who's been my best friend and supported me for a long time. To get the news that they're no longer there was like shit. It just brought my world down, and at the same time, it crushed a lot of things for me, but it's things that I'm working hard now to repair, and I am growing, which has been almost a year and a half, and I'm a better person now. I'm finding my happiness, and I know that my sister is always there with me, and everything that I do, she's proud. And before, the game that I scored against, I think it was against Syria, she texted me a big text, how proud she was, and that all my hard work was paying off. And like it was like a few days later, the tragic happened. But to get that message was sort of like, okay, I'm gonna continue, and I'm gonna continue for her. Even though it was tough to look at that time, now I'm strong. Now I'm unbreakable because I've been broken, and I put myself together. So now I'm like, okay, the world, you can come at me. Whatever you throw at me, I'm gonna do my best to because what could be worse? Now there's nothing that could be worse than what I've been through. So now it's just trying to push every day for her and for everybody. Sometimes I think the most important thing someone can learn is to make obstacles their way, because you're going to be faced with obstacles no matter what. If you achieve one thing, then you're going to want to achieve another, and then they become another obstacle. So the moment you start to love obstacles, and the way you go through those obstacles are what's going to make you the person you are. And actually, those obstacles are what make the journey interesting. Because if it was a journey of, you're getting what you want every single time, you're going to be so bored, and that's hard to look at. But I think if you could master or try to at least be open-minded about learning how to look at challenges differently, then trust me, it's gonna be an interesting game for you towards your dreams. So yeah, that's what I would say from my experience.